because he needs to pay attention to Adora, but he's going to be so vulnerable if his Brig's not around, but the Brig's also going to have to kind of contest on the point. That's why Adora's going to a little bit more free reign here, I feel like, just because of that. Gushwei in the back line, always on the monkey, always also good at it. Surrendering one supports life, and sending him to the grave, forcing out Transcendence as well. He's going to be able to get back to the point 2 without losing too much HP. And in fact, do a little bit more. They didn't expect that, did they? The big wraparound from Gushwei going up and over, back into the room. Hylia and Glister end up going down, and that'll be Godsby earning himself an EMP as well.
Hangzhou can take this at their own leisure here. They only need one more fight.
The perfect Minesweeper tool, the Bob. There's the EMP. That was almost perfect. Godsby ends up taking out, although though, Gushwei is going to fall. Does mean there's going to be a rather big gap in the tank line of the Spark now, as Sasin also has his mech destroyed. However, Spark still have 96% on the board and building. There will be a remech as well for the D.Va, for the Spark, and they can get back in. Instant nano onto Gushwei on the side. He's going to get beaten away a little bit by the Wrecking Ball, but still the fight on the point is where it's meant to be. And Jihoon once again being slept, almost bullied at this point, and hacked. There you go. Like, there's nothing the Wrecking Ball can really do if he's out in the open. Adora does transform into the rallying Brigitte, as he does manage to help the rest of his team on the point. Godsby's going to clean everybody up. One of the most powerful picks you can really change into at this point in the game. Spark taking the W on Lighthouse, and Spitfire. It's a rather easy spot for Glister to really be in. I mean, at the end of the day, who's really going to challenge him? I mean, Bebe maybe, Sasin not really, because he's protecting his main tank. Godsby hasn't got the range like the Ashe does. You see how far he's playing up. It has a little to no fear on the Ashe.
First point taken now. Godsby's back in the fight. That was the first kill, but London did nothing with it. They just give up the point.
Yikes. And they give up lives as well. This is going to go down. It's one thing you got to do, especially if you're London Spitfire on this comp. Hex, dive the backline. That's what it does best. Godsby. And even Adora going for these hacks. The hammer does strike the ground, as well as Gushwei getting beaten up on the sidelines. Luckily, Immortality Field is there to save his life. EMP still available for the side of the Spark. They just have to wait for the London Spitfire to kind of bait themselves in. Graviton Surge in onto nothing. There's the thought that counts really, though. Bob is going to land onto the point as well, but the shields are going to help the rest of Spark stay alive, and still sitting on ultimates as the Spitfire eventually managed to touch the point, potentially taking it too, but the Spark are not letting this point go oh so easily, although gets instantly killed though as the EMP landed on him when he was in stealth. That's just going to be it, and surely Bernard can come back in with a self-destruct maybe, but no, they just get pushed off. Spark in the domination of a game take out the Spitfire, a clean 2-0. Nano boost. Well, Bebe is going to go down. Joe does land a nice little punch to his temple. He ends up falling. Nice little pin, though. Potential pin. Godsby does take out Hylia. One healer now remaining for the Spitfire as they do back onto the point. You can really feel it now in their health bars. Look how slowly they are ticking up, or just kind of non-existent if you're Sanguinar. JMac, and although playing a little bit
wherever they want, EMP comes up, though.
Such a good at EMP, though, as well. But perfect bubble actually is going to save Adora from going down. Immortality Field gets taken out, though, and Clayson is going to follow up with a whole heap of missiles. And that will be a bio grenade in the back. Sasin, yeah, he's going to find himself going back to spawn as well. However, Godsby opening this up with a Deadeye 2 is going to get spotted up by Sanguinar. Does little to nothing there, and he absorbing into the shield. Also a little bit more aggressive here. This is a perfect time to change into the right. Everybody's in a very, very tight corridor. Molten Core is going to come out and end Sanguinar's life. Although already has that Earth Shatter. Everybody's in a room. It's almost perfect, but he's going to get grabbed. Oh, the Shatter wasn't going to hit anybody anyway. Threw it out. The counter pin attempted, but an instant Shatter from Gushwei sends the Echo flying. He ends up getting back up into the air in time, however. Speaking of things in the air, that's a self-destruct one to the high ground. Gushwei blocks all that damage with his meaty shield as Godsby ends up taking out, although in the air. He's going fairly low, but he has the backup. Veve and IDK keeping him alive for the time being. It took Spark a little while, but they managed to cap first point and add 3 minutes to their time bank.
I'm just sitting, you know, jaw wide open, and then get the Molten Core. Molten Core is the new Blizzard with May out of the meta.
Oh my word, that was almost a one-shot it looked like onto JMac. Deadeye's available. Window is up. JMac ends up going down, and Spark marching on to this second point. 2 ticks almost there. 66.6%. There you go, 2 ticks finally acquired. Now London Spitfire actually do something. It's now almost 98%. They're going to need to keep touching. They've given up so much time and space already. Now they haven't got anything really to lose here as they throw everything in. A 6-man EMP, but they briefly get off the point. And Spark end up finding
Nano the Winston here.
They nano J-Mac, but he instantly fell down. He thought he took too much damage, so didn't want to go back up. And now half his nano has really been wasted. He didn't really get much done whatsoever. Now Sashin's just going to be able to burn him out too, because he's fairly charged up with all the poke damage that Although has been doing. Bob come through onto the point, well, not onto the point, sorry, onto the high ground as well, just to fend off Spitfire. Now the Molten Core trapping everybody in a room. You might as well die to it. Don't give him ult charge. And again, it's the slow bleed out from London here. Spark have got every tool in their arsenal to just fend them off. Fighting force. There's the Graviton Surge. J-Mac jumping in to help his teammate. Stuck there for a little bit. Graviton Surge is going to get earned fairly quickly by Although is transformed into the Zarya, but he's just getting bullied out. Look, he can't even get much damage done, Hex. Luckily, he's got a increased ult generation. There's the grab in the back, but can damage be done here? I'm not entirely sure. Sangromar's going off as well in the sidelines. Gushui going fairly low as Adora ends up falling. Immortality Field keeps them alive for the time being, but Bob can be unleashed at any moment. The damage is really going to have to get piled on thick and fast here by Spitfire, or they're going to lose the war of attrition, and that's exactly what they are doing. Bob doing his best, killing off Sanguinar. A swift shot to the temple, kills off Clayson as well, and now London Spitfire on the verge of losing map number 2. The Spark have just done extraordinary, just unbelievable, playing around so much of what Spitfire has thrown at them.
Yeah, they went after Gushui really hard there, but give the Hangzhou Spark.
Yeah, mobility cooldowns have been used by the tanks as well, so Godspeed gets a free bit of high ground. There's the window from the sidelines too, although ends up going down. Adora, I think, found him in the back line. Molten Core's going to come through, create a very harsh wall for them to go through. The nano on the Winston's ambitious at that. He was using Primal Rage. His slap's doing about 40 damage now instead of the 30. Although he's going to be able to get back on points again, but once more it's a slow beat out. Highly ends up falling. An EMP is good, but Godspeed and Adora still alive. Just shooting away, and there it is. London Spitfire fall as the Spark.
A defense that is not defending. I mean, they got to come in at some point. Oof.
Oh my word, that was close. Almost the double headshot by Godspeed. High Noon is going to get opened up though, and Sanguinar's head gets clipped. Thank you very much, Godspeed, with the 2K, sealing the deal. Although he's backing off, but it's going to get chased down. Adora, in fact, killing 2 people there with 1 spray.
Trying to walk up the stairs here, trying to just walk up high ground. Generally not a great idea.
Yeah, not against the 100 charge Zarya and Orion. You saw J-Mac kind of leap into the hammer swings, which is isn't advised. Krista has got the EMP though. That's the one thing they've got going for them right now. There's going to be a hack onto Although though, as Gushui does find himself back onto the payload. Just whether they actually choose to use the EMP at this point because Bebe's already down. Don't think so at this stage, as Godspeed also ends up falling. Good start though. Oh, very early EMP, but Godspeed instantly taking him out. Immortality Field came out as well. That EMP didn't actually land on the crucial target, Bebe, who can instantly hit the one key that saves the entire team. And they have ults to spare as well. Godspeed with a sayonara to London Spitfire, who now have to back off and play extremely passive, knowing that Spark have so many ults to boot.
Yeah, J-Mac gets down to half health and has to leap out there, but he'll be taken out accordingly. There goes the secondary tank. There's a third tank on the field and a duplicate copy, but
although he's holding
this
shields.
One's gonna go by the wayside.
Yeah, he's dead. He's gone. The rest of Spitfire are going to follow him as well. That was kind of a really sad engage, actually, from Spitfire. They got grabbed on the side. It's like, oh, they won't use another one. Well, no, they chuck in EMP as well. And then, although tried to from the Spark, although still getting hacked up at every possible opportunity. Shadow on the side. J-Mac ends up going down. Has got that Primal Rage, so he can leap out of there. But although is already dead, Highly is going to follow him as well. And Spark just continuing their mean streak on Rialto. This is what you want to see if you're a Spark fan. And like we said earlier on, Hex, it seemed like it was going to be the closest game of the night, but right now, not looking like it. 3 minutes. Both teams now with the MP though, as Godspeed's one comes online. As first one, only one person, just Gushui, instantly met with the Transcendence. So we're going to be escorted out. Highly actually activates his Transcendence super early. Now Godspeed's got the EMP. This is disaster for the Spitfire right now, and I'm not even sure they're going to need to use it. No, they're not. They're going to clone the D.Va. Clayston's going to fall. So now look what they're doing. They're actually forcing them all the way back to the spawn. They are pushing them in spawn. They are damaging them in the spawn room, by the way. This is what we are currently witnessing. JMac gets body blocked and almost instantly killed by that self-destruct. Spitfire have barely got on the payload around the first corner with 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining, Hex.
I don't hate the EMP because...
Godspeed knows where translocator is. Okay, this is actually pretty big. If Glister ends up using the EMP, Godspeed can instantly, as soon as Glister reveals himself, you can instantly kill him if you kill the translocator. I want to know if it's gone down. Godspeed ends up in the back line actually killing Highly. Yeah, so he not only did Godspeed kill off Highly there, but he actually destroyed the translocator to make sure that Glister couldn't get back. Sanguinar used the rally to keep everybody alive, but he was then cornered in a room, so the rally wasn't affecting anybody because Gusho was juggling him in a corner.
Okay, 30 seconds left. It's London's time.
They got the tools. Like you said, they have to spot out Bebe. Early rally as well was actually humongous brain from ID. Glister's dead! He gets booped! He's... Highly also dies to Godspeed in the back. This is done. It's over, Hex. Look away from the screen. If you're a London Spitfire fan, turn off the monitor because this is disastrous. Spark have ran over the London Spitfire. The Transcendence is going to be there. The EMP comes out. Highly is pushing everybody forward. Potentially still winnable. Assassin is dead, but Bebe kept everybody alive for so long there on the payload with the Transcendence. Although he's also going to fall. Sanguinar long gone as well. OT will tick through in a blink of an eye if they get off the payload, and there it is. The Spark with a 3-0 over Spitfire.